The search for a suspect is continuing after a woman was fatally shot and a man critically injured at a home in Hayward.
Investigators say when the shooting happened, the woman's 5-year-old son was also at the scene, and police say they believe the shooter is the boy's father, and the other victim was in a relationship with the deceased woman.
Hello, I'm Monique. I am the founder of the BEYO Games. Fitness has been a passion of mine for the past 5 years, and personal training is my purpose. And I'm so excited to share what I've learned throughout my journey with you all. So feel free to holler at me, and let's go.
Is my mom okay? That's what the 5-year-old boy asked his mother's boyfriend while a Minecraft movie played in the next room. Monique Aldridge had just been shot 7 times in the head by the boy's father, her ex-boyfriend Vaughn Boatner, who had slid under a partially open garage door to attack her. The boyfriend had been shot in the face and mouth. He was losing teeth and part of his jaw, but he locked the child in a closet to keep him safe. 5 days earlier, Aldridge had found out she was pregnant with the boyfriend's child. On March 19, 2025, Vaughn Boatner was sentenced to 35 years in prison after pleading no contest to voluntary manslaughter and attempted murder. Welcome to Beyond Guilty. On this channel, we go beyond the guilty verdict of the judicial system and lay bare human nature. Monique Aldridge was 30 years old and lived in Hayward, California. She graduated from UC Davis with a degree in biology after finishing high school at 16. She worked in healthcare, ran a personal training business, and centered her world around her 5-year-old son. Vaughn Boatner was 33 years old and worked as the fitness operations manager at College of San Mateo. He had prior convictions for gun possession and cocaine possession, and had a pending robbery case at the time of the shooting. Boatner and Aldridge had been divorced for several years and shared custody of their son. Jacques Jackson Fields was Aldridge's new boyfriend. He and Aldridge lived together in her home on Cassia Drive in Hayward. These cases take days to research and investigate. Like this video and subscribe to help us continue bringing the full story behind tragic headlines. On May 6, 2023, Monique Aldridge found out she was pregnant. The father was Jacques Jackson Fields, her boyfriend. 2 days later, on May 8, Aldridge and Fields got into an argument after he failed to hold a door open for her at a restaurant. Aldridge told Fields she wanted to take some time to herself. Vaughn Boatner found out about the argument. 3 days later, on May 11, 2023, he asked Aldridge to meet him at a local park. She brought their 5-year-old son with her. Boatner's aunt was with him at the park. According to the aunt, Boatner was concerned about his son's safety. He and Aldridge argued. When Aldridge left the parking lot, she fishtailed out without placing their son in a car seat, which worried Boatner further. Later that same day, around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Boatner drove to Aldridge's home with his aunt. Inside the house, Aldridge's 5-year-old son was watching a Minecraft movie in one of the rooms. Aldridge and Fields were in the garage. The garage door was partially open. Boatner slid underneath it. He entered the garage and shot Monique Aldridge 7 times in the head. He then shot Jacques Jackson Fields in the face and mouth. Fields heard Aldridge being shot. He grabbed the 5-year-old boy and locked him in a closet. "I took him in the room so I can make sure he was safe." Fields later testified at Boatner's preliminary hearing. "The first thing he asked me about was his mom," Fields recounted. Boatner's aunt allegedly stayed outside during the shooting. Stories like this reach more people when you share them. Help us honor these victims by sharing this video with someone who follows true crime. At approximately 2 o'clock on May 11, 2023, officers with the Hayward Police Department responded to the 100 block of Cassia Drive after receiving multiple 911 calls about gunshots in the area. When officers arrived, they found 2 victims inside the residence suffering from gunshot wounds. A 5-year-old child was also inside the residence and was found unharmed. Both victims were transported to a local medical facility. Monique Aldridge was pronounced dead at the hospital. She had been shot 7 times in the head. An autopsy revealed she was in the early stages of pregnancy. Jacques Jackson Fields survived. He had been shot in the face and mouth, causing him to lose multiple teeth and part of his jaw. He also suffered a gunshot wound to his arm. During the initial investigation, officers identified Vaughn Boatner as the suspect. They learned that the 5-year-old boy at the scene was Aldridge's and Boatner's child, and that Aldridge and Fields had been in a dating relationship and lived together. Police obtained an arrest warrant for Boatner and a search warrant for his residence in San Mateo. Boatner was not located inside the residence. He had fled. The San Mateo County Community College District sent out an alert to all students and staff warning that Boatner, who worked as fitness operations manager at College of San Mateo, was wanted for murder. The district placed him on leave and revoked his campus access. The U.S. Marshal Service offered a $10,000 reward for information leading to Boatner's arrest. 11 days after the shooting, on May 22, 2023, U.S. Marshals located Vaughn Boatner in Seattle, Washington. He was arrested in a residential neighborhood with the help of Seattle police and the King County Sheriff's Office. Boatner was booked on suspicion of homicide, attempted homicide, child endangerment, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. He was held without bail and extradited back to California to face charges in Alameda County. Boatner's aunt, who was with him at the park and allegedly stayed outside during the shooting, was never charged. Alameda County District Attorney Pamela Price authorized Boatner's extradition and announced that he would be charged with murder, attempted murder, child abuse, and gun enhancements. In this instance, we believe the major gun enhancement is appropriate in this egregious violent crime, Price said. She noted that while her office had directed prosecutors not to automatically apply enhancements, this case warranted them. With gun enhancements, Boatner faced 50 years to life for murder and 32 years to life for attempted murder. Vaughn Boatner did not go to trial. Instead, he accepted a plea deal with the Alameda County District Attorney's Office. Boatner pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter and attempted murder. In exchange, the murder charge and child abuse charge were dropped. On March 19, 2025, Boatner was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Voluntary manslaughter, not murder. 35 years, not 50 to life. Boatner is awaiting transfer to a state prison. On May 11, 2023, Vaughn Boatner shot Monique Aldridge 7 times in the head while their 5-year-old son watched Minecraft in the next room. She was 30 years old and pregnant. Jacques Jackson Fields was shot in the face trying to protect her older child. Boatner initially faced 50 years to life for murder, but instead, he pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Do you think justice was served? This is Beyond Guilty. Please subscribe to the channel.